Hello.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the second day of International Conference of Innovating the Future of Energy, Advances in Nanotechnology and Natural Sciences 2025. We will be starting with the today's technical session of conference now. May I please request Dr. Lakshmi Narsimhan and Dr. Rudra Narayan Baral to become the session chair for this session.
Good morning. Morning.
Good. So, we are pleased to welcome Dr. Ashutosh Pandey, Assistant Professor in the Department of Biotechnology at AKS University, Satna, as our keynote speaker. Dr. Pandey holds a PhD in biotechnology from Motilal Nehru National Institute of Technology, Allahabad, and brings a strong research background in wastewater technology, biochemical engineering, and environmental biotechnology. He has made significant contributions to the field through numerous peer-reviewed publications, edited volumes, and research on microbial applications, phycoremediation, and biofuel production. As a former postdoctoral fellow at the Institute for Water and Wastewater Technology, Durban University of Technology, South Africa, Dr. Pandey has advanced impactful research that aligns with global sustainability goals, has earned multiple awards and fellowships for his contribution. We now invite Dr. Ashutosh Pandey to kindly take the stage and share his valuable insights with us. Dr. Ashutosh, you can take forward it from here.
Thank you. I'm unable to find my presentation. My slide is visible.
Yes, it's visible.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for your nice introductions
You're
regarding me.
welcome.
But I also would like to thank Dr. Rashmi Dwivedi sir for giving me this opportunity to present my work in front of this nice delegates. Today's talk is around phytoremediation and biofuel synthesis. That is a very prominent topic right now. Everybody is looking towards algal-based biofuel and algal-based bioremediation. So today's topic is around these things. The as earlier I was introduced that I'm right now working as an assistant professor in AKS University. So the topic is let us start our presentation. I have actually, if you see the globalization, with the increase of globalization and over all our population, then there will be intensive farming, and you will see the urbanizations and motorized vehicle increase as well. Our population increases, and it will also result the industrialization that will cause the fossil fuel demand and freshwater demand for our daily uses, and it will also increase the wastewater pollution. So everybody is now look. If you see if these two things, fossil fuel and freshwater, are the natural resources, and we have limited natural resources, and it will deplete it day by day. So we are now looking towards sustainable energy sources for that will not going to deplete with our civilizations, and it will sustain with our life. So, and another thing is that now wastewater is also a major hurdle and major question mark. So we are looking towards effective and efficient treatment for wastewater, because if you are going with some chemical treatment and some other things, then again we are required to remove that chemicals from the wastewater, treated water. So it is also cause a harmful effect over our global environment and our aquatic environment. So now we are looking towards some effective and efficient treatment, and also we are looking towards some, as I told that we are looking towards green carbon neutral energy sources. Then, if you talk about biofuels, so what is biofuels? It's anything that will derive from biological material to biomass conversion that can be treated as a biofuel. And it is also a renewable source and sustainable source. It will not going to deplete with our life, etc. It will sustain with us. So these are the biofuels that can be, you can say that is renewable. And if you talk about biofuels, then obviously when it burns, then it will generate a CO2, but that CO2 is again absorbed or sequestered by that particular mm, mm, during biomass production, and it consumed back. So it is in quasi zero, and it is in quasi zero emission type of biofuel. So if you talk about then types of biofuel, then obviously there is ethanol, biodiesel, biogasoline, biobutanol, methane, and jet fuels are around us, and that can be treated as a biofuel. So if you talk about evolution of biofuel, then firstly it will from started from the first generation biofuel, that is based on sugar-based material or starch-based material. But we scientists move towards second generation biofuel because it will create a food versus fuel crisis debate. So it is not possible to use that agricultural land for the generation of biofuel based crop. So we move towards second generation, that is lignocellulosic based material, based on lignocellulosic based material, that is or wood or energy crops. But it also require some technical, that generates some technical aspects and technical hurdles. So scientists move towards third generation biofuel, that is based on algal biomass, that is microalgae or macroalgae. If you talk about algae, then it is it is non-flowering thalloid microorganism. and it is vary from 2 micron to 70 meters. So, and to see the third generation biofuel algal biomass production requires CO2 and sunlight and some nutrients for their growth, and their biomass can be used for the lipid extraction, and that lipid is a precursor molecule for biodiesel production. But again, the problem is that if we are going to use water and fertilizer, our fresh water and fertilizer for their cultivation, then it again uh, start a debate. Means we are consuming fresh water for the cultivation. It is not a good promising way. And again, fertilizer for fertilizer. If you are going to use fertilizer, commercial based fertilizer, then again it will create a debate. Means it will during production of fertilizer, if there is CO2 emission and wastewater generation, these things will arise. So now the alternative, what will be the alternative of water and fertilizer here? So we can use industrial wastewater as a as an alternative of water and fertilizer. And because if we talk about industrial wastewater, it has a very good quantity of nutrient in the form of nitrogen, phosphorus, and other element. So why we move towards microalgae-based biofuels? As I told you that it is a halide organism that vary from teeny micro single cellular microalgae to 70 meter in length, that is multicellular, and can grow easily in brackish water and seawater and anywhere. Is ubiquitous in nature and grow through photosynthesis by utilizing sunlight, CO2, and nutrients, and then convert it into biomass. That biomass will use as a biosynthetic stock and able to use in dark means heterotopically. They can grow autotropically, heterotopically, or mesotropically. So it is a very good source for biofuel. So if we compare the algal biofuel with other energy crops like soybean, camelina, and sunflower that to perform well, then we obviously see that their oil yield is much higher than that crops, pre-existing crops, that is around 1,000 to 4,000 US gallon per acre per year. And if we see the means the greenhouse gas emission aspect and other aspect, water, nutrition, and pesticide, energy, etc., used for the crop production, then we see that the LV greenhouse gas emissions is very less as compared to other crops, and the water required is medium as compared to other crops. Uh, it can grow in a minimal environment and generate a high volume of energy, and it also fix atmospheric CO2, CO2 for their growth. Then our study is basically based on dairy-based effluent that is come under the category of food wastewater. So if you talk about India, then it is agriculture-based industry, and it will generate 16% of total global production as per the USA. Uh, so, and if you talk about yeah, National Dairy Development Board report that is published in 2018 and 19, which is slightly old, but it is around that generate around 450 million ton of dairy effluent. And if we talk about the processing of dairy product, uh, then if we process 1 liter of dairy means milk to produce any kind of product, then it will require generate 2 to 3 liter of wastewater for the milk processing. So, and where our wastewater is generated during the dairy milk processing, that milk is spillage is there, dripping is there, washing of can, tankers, bottles, and utensils, equipment, and clothes. These are the basic operations during which wastewater is generated, and it contains a large amount of organic compound like fat, proteins, lactose, and inorganic salts, besides some detergent and sanitizer. That's why they are slightly alkaline in nature. We come on our project that is based on to, so we started, we develop a process from starting from the isolations to take plus cultivation, and then reactor scale cultivation, and then open pond cultivation, that is around 300 to 400 liter volume at lab level. So here we isolated some indigenous algal isolates from the vicinity of our district, Allahabad, Prayagraj, and then we selected on the basis of their adaptability, and then that selected microalgae will use for the algal based wastewater treatment, that is daily wastewater treatment, and we get obviously treated daily wastewater and some biomass that will be used for the biodiesel production. So in detail, if we talk about the dairy effluent characteristics, then it will throughout whole study we use simulated dairy effluent, because if you see the dairy characteristics, overall characteristics of the dairy will vary as with time, because if we are going to sample at this moment and then after 10 or um 15 minutes, we again see uh, do sampling and then characterize, and there is variation in overall physiochemical characterization. So we use stimulated daily wastewater because it is a lengthy study and we require a large amount of daily effluent. And so to establish the uh, good, you can say, outcome, so we choose a simulated daily effluent. And if you see that their raw dairy effluent, this pH is slightly alkaline, but and the COD is around more than 3,000 to 4,000. It will depend on the which kind of product we are going to use for milk processing. So the phosphorus is also here, and nitrogen that is also required for the little cultivation. Sugar is also in the form of lactose, and we also have some metals in dairy effluent: sodium, potassium, calcium, copper. These are the normal metals which are found in a dairy effluent. So initially we are done some sampling for microalgal isolation, and then we do enrichment, and then then hygienic culture isolation, then adaptability test, and on the basis of higher lipid productivity, higher lipid yield, we choose our candidate microalgal for further study. Here, on the basis of adaptability, 15 culture will isolate this selected, and on the basis, then again, you see in this figure, again on the basis of lipid yield, there are six algal isolates, that is ASK1, 14, 16, and 22, 25, and 27 were selected for the study. And on the basis of then nutrient remediations and some proximate analysis, we found that ASK22 will doing best under these conditions, and also produce a good quantity of lipid as compared to other five. So we choose ASK22 as our candidate microalgal for further study. And if we see the microalgae, as I told you, that a lipid concentration in SK22 is 30, around 30. So, and if we see the LHV and SHV, it is very compatible as compared to other. And also on the basis of nutrient remediation, it perform well. So we choose SK22. And if we see the fatty acid methyl characterization of oil or derived from SK22 biomass, then we found formitic acid, stearic acid, oleic acid, and linolenic acid that is um, good for our biodiesel. And if we during identification, we found that the six isolates were identified as Desmodesmus, Synedesmus species, Chlorella, and three are Chlorella species, and one is Desmodesmus, and two are Synedesmus species, and these are the SK22. So it is somehow correlated with uh, Synedesmus obliquus, but we use 18S RNA sequencing, so we are not going to confirm their genus. So we said that Synedesmus species. And these are the picture of our isolates. And so on the first objective, we can say the total we isolated 28 exogenic microalgae cultures, six potential microalgae was selected on the basis of their adaptability and growth potential. And Synedesmus SK22 showed the combined result and found promising strength for dairy effluent treatment and biofuel production. So we further studies were gone with the SK22. Then again, we are going to optimize the process parameters to at state class level. So here we choose total 9 variables, yeah, 9 process parameters, you can say 9, on the basis of already available commercial media, that is VG11. And then we use the bracket Burma design matrix for the screening of selected variables, key variables for the further optimization. And here we found that the lipid, our target is lipid yield, and the lipid was vary from zero point 0.3 gram per liter to zero point 0.9 gram per liter. So it is a very good means whatever range we set, it is a set well. So accordingly, we moved towards, and we found that 4 variables are found significant: sodium nitrate, initial pH, and micronutrient and EDTA. These are selected as a key nutrient for the ASK22 based biofuel production and dairy effluent treatment. Again, it is optimized by using central composite design. And here we found that the lipid yield was very, maybe it is very small, maybe you are not, it is not visible, but the lipid yield was vary from zero point 0.4 gram per liter to 1.115 gram per liter. So the selected range are good for this study. And if we see the ANOVA, then the lack of fit for models is found insignificant. So developed model is found uh, prominent for this for the extrapolating or interpolating the results. And then these are the 3D surface plot and showing the interaction between the variables by keeping one variable constant. And if we run optimizer, then we found that the sodium nitrate, the optimum range of sodium nitrate is 1.21 gram per liter, and EDTA is 0.84 mg per liter, and micronutrient was 0.960 microliter per liter, and pH was around 7.18. And if we see the fatty acid composition under optimized condition, then we again get C18 and C18-1 and C18-3, linoleic acid and salicylic acid and oleic acid. Another fatty acid also found, that is around 18% of total fatty acid. So accordingly, we say that the sodium nitrate, EDTA, micronutrient, and initial pH was found significant for algal accumulation. On at the optimum range, as I already told you that pH is around 7.18 and EDTA was 1. EDTA was 0.848 and micronutrient to 1.21, and then these are the optimized conditions. And the maximum biomass and lipid concentration was around 2.68 gram per liter, and lipid yield is 1.05 gram per liter. That is 2.19 and 2.8 fold higher as compared to the dairy effluent without nutrient supplementation. Then again, we are going towards the dairy, see the growth potential of SK22 and nutrient ambition under indoor and outdoor cultivation. Indoor is in indoor experiment were performed in a bubble column reactor, and outdoor condition performed experiment were performed in a small pond, and that is around their working volume is 300 liter per 300 liter. And we also perform the whatever biodiesel we produce, their characterizations with without blending with existing diesel, petrodiesel, and with blending. So here, if we see the BG11 characteristic, that is a commercial media and stimulated dairy wastewater and nutrient stimulated dairy wastewater. So again, these are the setup schematic diagram for indoor cultivation and outdoor cultivation. The indoor cultivation are performed in BG11, NSDE, and SDE. And similarly, we perform the experiment with outdoor cultivation with BG11 as a control and NSDE and SDE, nutrient supplemented dairy effluent and stimulated dairy effluent without nutrient supplemented. And we found that here nutrient supplemented dairy effluent perform under in both conditions, indoor and outdoor cultivation. It perform well as compared to BG11 and you can say that without nutrient supplemented condition. Here in nutrient supplemented condition, if you see the biomass yield was 3.44 as compared to 0.88 as BG11. That is a commercial media used for the algal cultivation. And outdoor cultivation is again we see the hike in NSD condition. So and lipid content is also 32.75% as compared to 22.2% in BG11. Here it is also indoor condition. It is also so under optimized uncontrolled and controlled culture perform well with NSD. When nutrient supplementation not only provoke the lipid accumulation and nutrient sequestration, but also biomass production. If we see the nutrient ambition profile, then it again we will found NSD perform well. NSD means Synthesis must grow in NSD perform well as compared to BG11 and SD. And if you see the fatty acid composition in BG11 and SD and NSD, then we found the different fatty acid in different proportions. These are our experimental setup which perform, and these are again in indoor and outdoor oil extraction, transesterification, and biodiesel. These are the results with the BG11. Whatever biodiesel we get, that is B100, and then 20% mixing with the petrodiesel and 5% mixing with petrodiesel, and then again characterize the physicochemical characterization of whatever biodiesel we get over here. Then we will see that these the physicochemical characteristics are specification as per the IS and ASTM and European standard. So we can, on this basis, we can say that we can use B and biodiesel without mixing with adulteration with the petrodiesel, or we can also do mixing with B20 or B5 concept. So accordingly, we found that Synthesis was successfully cultivated in BG11 and simulated dairy effluent indoor and outdoor cultivation, and as these showed nutrient supplemented simulated dairy effluent show enhanced nutrient and COD removal in both indoor and outdoor cultivation. And gas chromatography result also showed the presence of formic acid, stearic acid, and oleic acid, and linolenic acid, and physiochemical properties of biodiesel meet the properties of as per the standard ASTM and European standard, and scale up of whatever we got in a lab scale is possible. Then again, we are going to look towards the effect of carbon dioxide supplementation in dairy means SK22 cultivation during the SK22 cultivation in dairy effluent. And we know that the flue gas is also contain around 14% of total CO2 besides other gases as NOx and etc. So here we are perform some a bubble column based optimization, and by using carbon dioxide, aeration, and light, we see the effect of these three parameters. And again, it is optimized and found that here we see that optimized dry mass condition, unoptimized dry mass condition, and with these three variables, that is the light and CO2 concentration and aeration. And we found that the slow aeration rate perform under slow aeration rate we get good result as compared to fast aeration rate due to the long residence time. And with the 14, it can our strain will tolerate up to 26% of CO2. And sometimes if you are going to use 2%, even 2% or 5% CO2 volume by volume with air, then if you are purging continuously this CO2 to during algal cultivation, then media get acidic. But here we are choose injection mode strategy to purge our uh, CO2 inside the bubble column. So so at that means initially it is going to acidic, and after we just close cut off the CO2 purging, and then we see the check the pH when it is going to uh, alkaline side. Then again we purge, start on uh, switch on the CO2 purging. Accordingly, we switch on, switch off, and switch on mode. We purge the CO2 inside the media, and then we will get a good result. And around that optimized CO2 concentration for algal cultivation was around 14%. That is much very close to simulate flue gas condition. And here, if you see the uh, for for algal cultivation, harvesting is also a big issue. Means if you are going for a large scale cultivation, then harvesting is also a issue, and it is very cost effective process. But through this mode, if we see that we maintain the pH around 7, and when we shut off the CO2 purging, then its pH will increase up to 11, then alkaline side. And when we just stop the purging and then keep left the biomass concentration or left the conditions as it is without any sense, then it is found that the uh, overall biomass is getting settled down due to the pH, alkaline pH. Means by this way we can harvest pH induced harvest our algal biomass through pH induced manner. So it is a good strategy if we are going for large scale cultivation. In pictures, you can see that this is a suspended algal biomass, but here, due to large pH, that biomass is settled down. Then again, that results in whatever lipid is increased. That is the further validated by the SPV method, and we found that unoptimized NSD, so less uh, absorbance as compared to optimized NSD and optimized NRD. At this stage, we are also validate our finding with raw dairy effluent, that is the real dairy wastewater, and the absorbance was found um, very close to each other. So we can say that whatever process will develop, that can be easily adopted to real dairy effluent. And here we performed the again fatty acid analysis, and then we found the fatty acid range from 9 to 28 with acidic transesterification by using acidic transesterification. And the fatty acid composition also vary with the time. At 6 days, some fatty acid component are missing. At 12 days, it was present. And if we are prolong our duration, cultivation duration, then obviously long chain fatty acid we can obtain. And then we perform the microscopy, and here you see the under optimized condition, the yellow cells are very visible, yellow fluorescent are there. That is due to the fatty acids. Then again, we will perform a semi-continuous cultivation, means because in under different mode. First was operated at a half gross replacement with 2 day interval, and then one third half gross replacement with 2 day interval, and then again half gross replacement with 3 day and one third. Then we found that one third broth replacement with 3 day interval was give good result. Uh, so here with the conclusion is that cineresmus accumulate 4.86 gram per liter lipid, and it takes for 1.47 gram per liter per day uh, carbon dioxide, and maximum lipid content obtained was 48.98. That is due to maybe due to CO2 purging, and that will cause stress over the algal cells, and and it can tolerate 26.51% of CO2 level, and the CO16 and C18 was prominent fatty acids. Aeration rate was found prominent variable for carbon dioxide fixation, where light intensity is found prominent for the maximum lipid accumulation, and semi-continuous cultivation. For semi-continuous cultivation, we increase our lipid productivity 7.68 fold as compared to the unoptimized batch cultivation. So again, we perform the techno-economic analysis of algal lipid production based on dairy effluent. So we perform different assumptions and conditions, and uh, some uh, some data will generated from our experiments, some are taken from the other papers, and on that basis, we found that our the total cost of algal lipid production was 69.01 US dollar per barrel, and that is around somehow close to the present um, crude oil crude oil price. And then again, if we see the conclusion, then found that 10% to achieve a 10% rate of return required algal oil price was around 69 US dollar, and developed system is very close to reported crude oil price. At that time, it was 57. I don't know what is the current price. So the net present value and internal rate of return analysis showed that developed process is economically viable, and further improvement is obviously needed. And we got a patent on that study process for efficient bioremediation of cheese wastewater. Cheese wastewater also, as I already told you, that the COT is our physiochemical characteristic of dairy effluent is depend on the which kind of product we are going to produce. So if we talk about cheese waste, then their COT is more than 40,000 mg per liter. So we developed these through step bioremediation process for the cheese waste, and then again, we perform a study with the with the textile effluent that, and we also get a good result with textile effluent. And here we perform with different dilutions of textile effluent with the VG level. Means there again we use nutrient supplementation strategy. Uh, so we use BG11 for dilutions of to make the different dilutions of textile effluent, and we will get good result. And here we found T4 perform test for means 80% of 80% textile effluent with 20% nutrient supplementation perform well, and in aspect of nutrient remediation as well as the biomass production. This study is also published in World Journal of Microbiology and Biotechnology, and again we perform the lipid some theoretical mass balance on the basis of some assumptions and our result, and we found that 100 kg. If we talk about 100 kg of dried algal biomass, produce 430 kg of biofuel in the aspect of biodiesel and ethanol. Uh, so if you talk about future perspective, then obviously using fuel gas is important because it is also mm, uh, means you can impact global warming, and using wastewater by using polyculture because sometimes agriculture will crash. So it is better to use polyculture against the organic culture and genetic engineering. By using genetic engineering, we can enhance the oil yield. But in some studies, I found that they demotivate the use of genetic engineered algal cells for the wastewater based studies. Then, and we also look towards the harvesting methods and autofloculation and biofloculation that in our study we use pH based pH induced settling and improvement in different other biofuel forms like bioethanol, biomethane, bioethanol, biohydrogen, biogas, and jet fuel. So these are the few publications from this study. And thank you very much for listening carefully. If you have any doubt, please ask.
Thank you so much, sir. Please accept our token of appreciation from Team ICIFE 2025.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you have any questions, please.
Yes, I now open it for discussion with Dr. Lakshmi Narsimhan and Dr. Rudra Narayan Baral.
Hello, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Sir, for the bioremediation, hello.
Yes, yes.
Hello.
Sir, you are done for something like oil. Degradation of oil, sir. Oil or the petroleum products.
No, I didn't studies related to degradation of oil. But,
Okay.
but we can, if we talk about dairy fuel, there is the fat is also present. That is also
Okay.
present. So we need to work on that aspect. But I
Okay,
didn't do right now.
You did not work. Okay. Thank you, sir.
But few studies reported that they are using microalgae for the hydrocarbon remediation.
Yes, sir. Oh, oh.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So now we will be taking it forward. And now I request Professor Dr. Vinay Dwivedi, and I welcome him as a keynote speaker for the conference. A distinguished academician and researcher, Dr. Dwivedi brings over 23 years of exemplary experience in higher education and research. Throughout his career, he has held various significant roles in academics and research. Presently, Professor Dwivedi led as a director Amity Institute of Biotechnology at Amity University Gwalior campus. Dr. Dwivedi is a prolific researcher with over 65 publications in reputed Scopus and SCI index journals. He has authored several books and book chapters and holds several patents. His dedication to mentoring is reflected in the success of his doctoral scholars. An accomplished speaker, Dr. Dwivedi has delivered keynote addresses at more than 20 national and international conferences. His remarkable contributions to academia and research have earned him various prestigious national and international awards. Professor Dwivedi's career is a testament to his unwavering commitment to academic excellence, innovative research, and educational leadership, making him a truly inspiring presence at this conference. Please, sir, take over this conference now. Thank you so much. Vinay sir, is there any issue with your presentation? We are waiting
No,
for you,
no,
sir.
no. So I'm ready. So whether I have to start?
Yes, sir. We are waiting for you, sir.
Okay. Okay. Just a moment. Just a moment. Whether presentation is visible?
Not yet, sir.
I have shared.
Earlier it was visible, but not now.
Yeah. Now it's visible.
Yes, it is visible.
Okay. So first of all, I would like to thank the organizers to give me an opportunity to discuss about the topic nano-energized futures, sustainable energy solution. I'm Professor Dr. Vinay Dwivedi, Director, MIT Institute of Biotechnology, MIT University Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh, and I'm going to discuss with the topic nano-energized futures. This is one of the prime solution with this reference to sustainable energy solutions. So the table of contents.
Sorry to interrupt. Your presentation is not visible to us. Sir, actually, it is not in presentation mode.
Just. Is it visible now?
It is visible, but it is not in a presentation mode, sir.
Just. So from where I have to go and change the mode?
Some present in Teams.
Present in Teams. Okay.
Sir, it is visible. Your voice is clear and presentation is also visible.
It's okay, sir. You can begin. Not a problem.
So if the screen is visible, then I will start.
Yes, the screen is very much visible, sir. You can start, please.
So whether I have to make it in a full screen mode or in the same, it is just running in that particular mode.
It is running in that particular mode only, but it is fine.
Okay, thank you. Just a moment. So the table of contents contains introduction to nanotechnology and energy. Second, the nanomaterials that are generally used for solar energy purposes. Third point is nanotechnology in energy storage. Fourth one is the enhancing energy efficiency with nanotechnology. And the fifth part contains the future trends and opportunities. And the sixth one is the conclusion. So the whole presentation is divided into 6 categories. So we will start one by one. So first is the introduction to nanotechnology in energy. So as we are well aware that what is nanotechnology? So basically the nanotechnology involves the matter which are having the atomic or molecular scale ranging from 1 to 100 nanometers. Okay. Nowadays, this particular nanotechnology has a very wide applications, but as we are confined only to the solution
or sustainable energy solutions. So my presentation is basically confined only to the use of nanotechnology in the sustainable energy solutions. This field, basically nanotechnology, enables us the creation of materials, devices, and other systems with novel properties which can be used to solve the energy issues. Why nanotechnology matters for energy? Because nanotechnology has a transformative potential for energy generation. With the help of nanotechnology, we can generate energy, we can storage energy, we can conserve energy. Okay. So this particular nanotechnology can help us to address the global energy challenges that we are facing nowadays with respect to non-renewable sources of energy like petrol, diesel, gas, and all these things. So this nanotechnology can be an alternate source of providing energy to address the global energy challenges. So this presentation basically explores how nanotechnology is revolutionized clean and sustainable energy. We will cover the innovations, applications, and the future outlooks of nanotechnology and its application in generating the clean and sustainable energy for our future generations. Now come to the energy challenges. As we know that as the population is increasing day by day, and so the energy demand is also raising. The industries are expanding to meet out the requirement of the population, and we know that these our traditional energy sources which are unsustainable and which are not environmental friendly. They are depleting our environment, and this cannot be taken as a sustainable source of energy. Most of the energy sources are the fossil fuels. These fossil fuels which we are using to generate our energies, our power plants, they contribute to change in the climate. They may create air pollution, various other pollutions, okay? And finally, the depletion of the resources. If our energy resources will get depleted, how we can sustain it for our future generations? So we need a transition from unsustainable sources to the sustainable energy sources, which not only meet out our requirement of energy production, but also be environmental friendly and preserve our depleting environment. That's why this is the need of the hour for sustainable energy solutions on urgent basis that can mitigate the environmental impact. It supports global energy security and fosters economic stability. If we talk about the sustainable energy, so we can define the sustainable energy. The principle of sustainable energy includes renewable source of energy like solar energy, wind energy, geothermal energy, etc. Okay. This not only minimizes environmental impact, but it also ensures its long-term availability. Means these sources will not get depleted with respect to time, and we can use it for a number of years. Secondly, the key characteristics is renewability, low environmental impact, and affordability. Means they are much cheaper and everybody can afford it. Third point, as we talk about the sustainability or sustainable energy, so the energy source or sustainable energy source must be accessible to everybody and are reliable. So for creating such type of sustainable energy solutions, okay, the technology play a very important role. Okay? Technology, especially nanotechnology, is very crucial in developing sustainable energy solutions. This nanotechnology not only enhances the efficiency but also reduces the cost and improve the accessibility of the energy sources. Now come to the point number 2, that nanomaterials and the application of these nanomaterials for the generation of solar energy. For enhancing the efficiency of solar energy, we can use quantum dots, nanowires, and perovskite nanocrystals. As we are aware that quantum dots are basically nanoscale semiconductors that can enhance the light absorption, and the capacity is multiple times than the normal semiconductors. They enhances the capacity of solar cell efficiency and help in generation of solar power. These nanowires, if you talk about the nanowires, these nanowires are basically one-dimensional structures that facilitate efficient electron transport. And we know that this particular electron transport system is very much necessary for excitation and generation of energy. They minimize the electron-hole recombination and thus improving the solar cell performance. Third is perovskite nanocrystals. This particular crystals offers high power conversion efficiency and tunable electronic properties. Their low cost makes them promising for next generation solar cells. So if we use particular quantum dots or nanowires or nanocrystals, they can enhance the efficiency of solar cells, and ultimately they will provide the solar energy as a sustainable form of energy. These nanoparticles not only improves the light absorption, but they also help in the generation of energy. Nanoparticles scatters and trap light within solar cells. As we use nanoparticles, these nanoparticles have high efficiency and they generally took a very small space and they can trap an enormous amount of light. So this increases the path length of the photons and hence enhances the light absorption. Secondly, these surface plasmon resonance enhances light absorption through collective electron oscillations in metallic nanoparticles. It provides efficient energy transfer to active layers. Third, this particular use of nanoparticles have anti-reflection coatings. So these nanostructured anti-reflection coatings minimizes the surface reflection. So this enhances the absorption of the light and this maximizes the amount of light entering the solar cells. There are various case studies of using quantum dots, nanowires, and nanocrystals. It has been found that the use of quantum dot solar cells have shown remarkable efficiency improvement in recent years. Their ability to generate multiple excitons makes them highly promising because they help in the excitement or excitation of particles which may finally release the energy. In the same way, those who are using nanowire based solar cells, they offers superior electron transport and light absorption. So they act as a conservation source or light conservation source. This results in the high power conservation, efficiency and stability. Third, nanocrystals are being used in flexible and transparent solar cells. These applications open new possibilities for energy harvesting on various surfaces. These nanocrystals coating generally enhances the absorption power of the particle, so the reflection of the light is lesser and absorption is more, so this can be used for the energy harvesting purposes. Third is the use of nanotechnology in energy storage. In the second topic, we have discussed how we can use nanotechnology for the generation of energy, especially in the solar cells. In this topic, we will discuss about how we can use nanotechnology in the storage of energy. Okay. As we know that nowadays, electric vehicles use lithium-ion batteries. So this particularly nanotechnology enhances the advanced battery technologies. Nanomaterial enhances the performance of lithium-ion batteries. They increase energy density, improve charge rate, and extend life cycle. So those batteries which get exhausted in 3 or 4 years, now they can run up to 7 or 8 years. Nanostructured electrodes. These electrodes basically provides a larger surface area for electrochemical reactions. This enhances the diffusion of ions, and when the ion diffusion increases, it reduces the polarization and hence enhances battery performance. Third, nanoparticles, when it is used in the battery technologies, they improve the ionic conductivity and stability of the electrolyte. And this enhances the life of the battery, as well as they enhance the safety of the lithium-ion batteries, so they cannot get burst when they are during charging or when the high energy or biochemical reaction occurs. Now, supercapacitors, the use of nanotechnology in the storage of energy as a supercapacitors. Okay. These supercapacitors offers high power density and rapid charge discharge rates. So by the use of nanomaterials, which not only increases surface area, but also provide the space for the ion transportation. We have very much heard about the carbon nanotubes and the graphenes nowadays. Okay. So this carbon nanotubes and graphenes are used in supercapacitors to maximize the surface areas. They not only enhances the mechanical strength. We know that graphene is a very high mechanical strength compound. So this not only enhances the mechanical strength of the component, but also improves the conductivity of the electrons. These supercapacitors are now used in the electric vehicles for regenerative braking and peak power delivery. With the help of these supercapacitors, we can enhance the power delivery and we can get the maximum torque and power. Okay? And since they have the rapidly charge and discharge capability, which are very much important part of the particular battery system. Now, third, hydrogen storage, the use of nanotechnology in the storage of hydrogen. As we know that nowadays, the storage of hydrogen possesses challenges due to its low volumetric energy density. So, nanotechnology has a solution. The nanotechnology offers solutions for safer and more efficient storage. Okay. This nanomaterials provides metal organic framework, MOFs, sorry. This metal organic frameworks are porous material with high surface area. This particular material can physically absorb hydrogen at high densities. So this particular metal organic framework can be used for the storage of hydrogen. As you know that the technologies are increasing day by day, and we are now using the hydrogen as a fuel. So if we can store hydrogen in the future, we can use it for the future for energy generation purpose. Nanotube storage. This nanotube provides a confined space for hydrogen absorption, enhancing the storage capacity, and it not only improves the hydrogen binding energy, but also provides a future path for the utilization of hydrogen as a source of energy. Now, in this fourth topic, we will discuss about the enhancing energy efficiency with nanotechnology. How we can enhance our energy efficiency with the help of nanotechnology. The first part is thermal insulation. The insulation provides the sustainable source for thermal capacities. So there are various nanoporous materials. As we have already studied in the previous topic, that particular nanoporous materials have the absorbing capacity to store the hydrogen. In the same way, these nanoporous materials not only reduces the heat transfer, but also enhances the minimize the conduction and convection process. As conduction and convection process get minimized, so the transfer of heat from one surface to another is getting lower down, and we can use this particular heat for the other purposes. So they can be used for the insulation for building and industrial applications. Second is with the help of aerogels. They are basically the nanogels. These aerogels are basically the lightweight porous materials which have excellent thermal insulation properties. So these particular aerogels can be used in the windows or the doors to basically as an energy efficient building insulation process. This nanotechnology enhanced insulation not only reduces energy consumption in the building, but also it maintains comfortable temperature with reduced heating and cooling needs. So we do not either need air conditioner for cooling or heating pads or heating jackets for increasing the temperature of the building. So generally the temperature of the building remains constant, and we do not need extra energy for either heating or cooling purpose. Next, the use of nanotechnology in smart windows. There are electrochromic nanomaterials which can change their transparency with an applied voltage. So in the summers, okay, they reduce solar heat gain, and in the winters, they reduces heat loss. So when we use this electrochromic nanomaterials in our windows, in our in doors, okay, this will help us to maintain the internal temperature of the building. They prevent either both heat loss as well as heat gain in summers and winters, as and when required. Next is self-tinting windows. Okay. Smart windows are self-adjust to sunlight by reducing the glare of the sunlight and regulating the internal temperature. So this particular smart window, with the help of electrochromic nanomaterial, which have prepared with the help of electrochromic nanomaterials, not only reduces the need of air conditioning or artificial heating in the particular building. So this enhances the saving of energy significantly. They reduce the consumption of energy in the buildings, and they improve the comfort level as well as lower energy bills. So nowadays, the buildings are prepared with the help of nanotechnologies, smart windows, smart doors like that, which reduces not only the energy consumption, but also reduces the bill, electricity bill also. Now, the use of nanotechnology in the catalysis purpose. There are several nanocatalysts which enhances the efficiency of chemical reactions and energy conservation. They offer high surface area and improve catalytic activities. This nanotechnology, fuel cells, this nanocatalyst improve the performance of the fuel cell by accelerating redox reactions. As we know that this fuel cell is totally dependent upon the oxidation reduction reactions, biochemical reactions within the cells. So this enhances the energy conservation efficiency and reduces pollution. Nanocatalyst also enhances the efficiency of combustion process, reducing the emission. As the combustion, there is 100% combustion, means there is no emission. If there is no emission, means there is a drastic decrease in the pollution. So this promotes complete combustion of fuels, so it helps in reduction of pollution. Now, the future trends and opportunities of nanomaterials with a special reference to sustainability or sustainable energy operations. Okay. So, research directions may advanced nanomaterials. As we have already discussed, research is focused on developing advanced nanomaterials having high performance solar cells, batteries, catalysts, which can be used in our electric vehicles, which not only reduces the consumption of energy, but also reduces the pollution. Second, scalable manufacturing techniques are needed because most things are now in the pilot scale. So what we need? We need scalable manufacturing techniques that are needed to produce nanomaterials at low cost. Nowadays, as R&D is spending much more amount in their research and development, but because of this, the content or the matter is very costly. So it is not in the reach of every people. So we have to manufacture the components and the particles or the technique in such a way that this particular technique will reduce the cost of the material and it is available to everyone. So because of this, this will enable basically the widespread adoption of the nanotechnology based energy solutions. Third, as nanotechnology is a field of interdisciplinary research. So nanotechnology can be applicable in any field, means whether it's a mechanical, it's electrical, it is electronics, computers, biology, etc. So it's a multidisciplinary field, and so we have to enhance the interdisciplinary research, combining nanotechnology with the material science, with engineering, with biology, and because of this, definitely provide us this collaboratory effect. Definitely provide us the solution of energy for future. Commercialization of nanotechnology is very important. The market of nanotechnology is rapidly growing. So those who want to invest in the technology and advancement, those countries, those manufacturers, if they want to contribute, okay, they can contribute and can get the benefit of that. There are n number of investment opportunities in nanotechnology based energy solutions. These investors can support the development and deployment of clean energy technologies, which is possible with the help of using nanotechnology. The government initiatives and these policies may also promote the development and adoption of sustainable energy. These initiatives not only create a favorable environment for the nanotechnology based solutions, but also help to reduce the pollution of the world. With the help of nanotechnology, we can overcome various challenges we are facing nowadays. Okay. The first is the environmental concern. As we all are aware that there is increasing pollution day by day. With the help of nanomaterials, we can combat these pollutions. But one thing we have to be very careful that these nanomaterials needs to be considered carefully, because we should also work on the safe handling and disposal of these nanoparticles or nanomaterials. Secondly, we have to cross the cost barriers, as we know that the production cost is very high. So this, if we want to widespread this particular nanotechnology, so it must be a cost-effective manufacturing techniques must be there, and this is the need of the hour. Okay. And third, there must be a regulatory framework to ensure the safe and responsible use of nanotechnology. Because safe and responsible use definitely promote the public confidence and support the innovation. And now last, the conclusion part. Okay. The conclusion part includes nanotechnology's impact on energy. So nanotechnology nowadays is revolutionizing energy generation, energy storage, and enhancing the efficiency. Okay. Nanotechnology has the potential to provide the solution for sustainable and clean energy. So we have to opt the nanotechnology as a new tool, technique for sustainable and clean energy. This, we know that the future potential of nanotechnology is immense. Okay? But we need continued research and development which will produce new innovations and will provide a new solutions for the energy utilization and energy generation. The action required is the new research and development is required for advancing nanotechnology based energy solutions. Okay. For this, a funding is required, and government initiative and policies must be in such a way that the fundings, collaborations must be provided to the research innovations so that we can get the benefit of nanotechnology. Promoting sustainable practices and policies by the government definitely accelerates the adoption of clean energy technologies that includes incentives, regulations, and public awareness campaign. Okay. We know that nanotechnology has a bright future. Okay. By embracing nanotechnology, we pave the way for a cleaner, more sustainable energy futures. This not only benefits the environment, but also our economy and society. For this purpose, we need a collaborative efforts from the researchers, from the government, from the industries, so that we can come together and we can harness nanotechnology for a sustainable energy futures. Thank you very much. Thank you for your patience. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for such a nice presentation. I would like to now please accept our token of appreciation from Team ICIFE 2025.
Thank you very much. Thank you, ma'am. I'm pleased.
Thank you, sir. Now I open it for any questions or queries from the participants.
Yes.
And Dr. Lakshmi, sir.
Sir, actually, I have a doubt. Sir,
Yeah.
now lithium-ion batteries are, in mobile phone, I follow tech channel. So in mobile phone, that lithium battery has been replaced by the other some silica carbide batteries, which has higher capacity.
Yes.
So, for example, now, if you take lithium-ion battery, the volume, the size of the mobile decreases even if you have 7,000 7,000 milliampere with silicon carbide battery.
Right.
So, what is the takeoff from that, sir? Now, whether the lithium-ion battery will be replaced with a silicon carbide battery?
But this is the case of mobile phones. I'm saying, but I'm talking about the electric vehicles. In which they are using lithium-ion battery.
Sir, it cannot come in I have a doubt whether this silicon carbide cannot come in the place of lithium-ion in case of electrical vehicles.
Sir, in the future, I don't know what will happen because it's R&D is going on, and maybe some other, not only lithium-ion, maybe some other component or other particles may be there which are more active. And they are providing more surface area for the reaction, so they may be replaced by some other also because R&D is going on.
Okay. And then, sir, one more doubt. In case of, charging, where in charging station generally it takes hours, how to reduce the time of charging?
Actually, there are. I have mentioned in my one slide that there are. Some nano crystals are there which enhances the charging potential. So as nowadays, actually what is happening generally, if they are claiming that for charging half an hour you will get 80% battery will get charged and like that. But I think in the future the whole of this battery will be charged within 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay. Sir, if faster charger, then the lifetime will come down.
Yes, definitely. Because we have to research in such a way that faster charging is there, but the life of the battery should also be enhanced.
Okay. Sir, coming to, Ola vehicles, I've seen many of the Ola vehicles are getting fire. What may be the reason for that? The battery?
Actually, when the reaction occurs, what will happen generally if the heat is generated? So if you cannot transfer this particular heat into some other reactions like that, heat will get enhanced and in such a way that they will get burst. So whatever the heat is generated during the charging process, we have to remove this particular heat, or we have to convert into some other process so that we can utilize this heat, and this will not get so much heated that it can get burst.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Binay sir, I have a question.
Yeah, please.
What is the level of research in India in this particular topic?
Sir, in India, we are just in the infantry stage, because most of the lithium ion batteries or anything we are doing, we are just taking it either from China or from Taiwan. In India, the Tata has started this manufacturing of semiconductors, nano semiconductors like that, but we are very in the infant stage nowadays in India, basically.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, everyone. We will be resuming in 2 minutes with our next talk.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. May I leave, ma'am?
Thank you. Yes, sir, please.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for your patience, everyone. So there are slight changes in the schedule now. Instead of Professor Naveen Dwivedi, Dr. Santosh Kumar Mishra will be having his next presentation. We are pleased to welcome Dr. Santosh Kumar Mishra, Associate Professor and Head of the Department of Life Sciences at Sharda University. As a distinguished speaker at today's conference, Dr. Mishra has completed his PhD research at IIT Roorkee with over 20 years of experience in teaching and research. He has supervised multiple master's research and contributed significantly to biological sciences through several peer-reviewed publications and book chapters. His dedication to education and research has been recognized with various prestigious. We now invite Dr. Santosh Kumar Mishra to share his valuable thoughts with us. Sir, please. Dr. Santosh Kumar Mishra, you can take over from here. We are not able to hear you. Can you please switch on your mic? Hello, sir. We are not able to hear you. Can you please turn on the mic? Sir, it's still not audible.
Dr. Mishra, your voice is not coming. So please just disconnect and rejoin.
Sir, it is still not audible. Maybe some problem in the system. I think there is some technical issue and we are unable to hear Dr. Mishra, sir. Please have patience. Our speaker will be back shortly. Thank you for your patience, everyone. While we resolve the technical glitch, here's some exciting news from the renewable energy sector. India has achieved a remarkable milestone by adding 25 gigawatts of renewable energy capacity in the financial year 2024 to 25, marking a 35% increase over the previous year. This surge is primarily driven by solar power, which now exceeds 100 gigawatts in total installed capacity. Additionally, the country is on track to reach 250 gigawatts of renewable energy capacity by March 2026, supported by a robust project pipeline and favorable market conditions. Such progress underscores India's commitment to sustainable energy and its role as a global leader in the clean energy transition. Let's take a moment to reflect on these achievements and the collective efforts driven our transition to a cleaner and more sustainable energy future. So basically, renewable energy is very important, and it is very nice to see that we are progressing in this area as well. If anybody has any views about it, they are free to speak now till this technical issue resolves. I think sir have joined us back, but again, same issue is coming. We are unable to hear him.
Hello? Hello?
Hello, yes, sir. Now you are audible.
Yes, Admiral, thank you. Thank you so much, madam. And sorry for the inconvenience caused from my side.
It's completely fine. We totally understand.
Madam, just 1 minute. I have started 2 times my system. We have to just 1 minute. Yes, ma'am. Now I think the screen is visual.
Yes, it is visual.
Just I'm going in the presentation mode.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much for the inviting me in this conference. Before starting my topic, I'm thankful to CIIR. And special thanks to Dr. S.P. Dwivedi, Dr. Nija Dwivedi, and Dr. R.N. Baral for inviting me in this conference. And before starting this topic, just I want to share something about energy status of India. In present time, India successfully met all-time maximum power demand of 250 gigawatt during the financial year 2024 and 25. And growth in the energy sector also indicates the growth of that particular country. If the energy consumption is constantly increasing, this is also an indicator of this is also a key indicator of a growth of any country. And if we compare the data between the year 2013 and 14, so there was a huge difference between the energy produced and energy consumption that was nearly 4.2% in the year 2013 and 14. And in the year 2014 and 2024 and 25, this is becoming nearly 0.1%. This also indicates how our country is growing in the production of energy and meeting the energy crisis. And if we compare the per capita consumption of energy, so in the year 2023 and 24, this is 1,395 kilowatt per hour. But in the year 2013 and 14, this was nearly 438 kilowatt per hour. So this indicates that how we are independent in terms of energy productions, and this is the present status of our country, especially in terms of energy productions and energy status. And this is possible because we are constantly working in the energy production in the area of conventional sources as well as non-conventional sources. Okay, so am I audible? If any problem? Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Everybody?
Yes, everything is good.
Audible? I am audible? Hello?
Yes, sir. You are audible, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. So here, due to increasing anthropogenic activities, especially in industry and transport, the demand for fossil fuels and their consumptions have increased proportionally, causing serious environmental issues. And researchers and scientists to developing new alternative energy sources, biofuels such as biodiesel, ethanol, biooil, syngas, hydrogen and methane produced from crop plants, residues, micro and microalgae and other biomass waste using thermo-biochemical process are an eco-friendly route for energy sources. Biofuels production and their uses in industries and transportation considerably minimize fossil fuel dependence. And this is possible because of we are using unconventional sources of energy, like biomass is used for the production of energy, such as bioethanol production. And literature analysis shows that biofuels generated from energy crops and microalgae could be the most efficient and attractive process. And recent progress in the field of biofuels using genetic engineering has larger perspective in commercial scale production. However, its large scale production is still challenging. Hence, to resolve this problem, it is essential to convert biomass into biofuels by developing novel technology to increase biofuel production to fulfill the current and future energy demand. And biofuel produced from biomass resources through eco-friendly approaches are getting attention worldwide from researchers and scientists. And these biofuels have shown great potential for future energy supply and to achieve energy security sustainably. And it is forecasted that about 10 to 15% of the world's energy consumptions would be produced from biomass until the year 2015. The estimation indicates that biomass will be one of the biggest sustainable energy resources worldwide. And worldwide, several efforts are going on towards transition from traditional to modern biomass utilization in the current energy supply. According to the comprehensive source data from renewable energy statistics, the total renewable energy production and capacity in 2019 reached 2,533 gigawatt. According to ARENA 2020 global estimation, the current total bioenergy production was reported to around 115.7 gigawatt. And the highest energy production was accessed in the European Union, followed by Asia. And in Asian countries, China has contributed to the highest bioenergy production, followed by India. This indicate that we have lots of potential in the production of bioenergy by using different types of biomass. And this is the worldwide position of bioenergy power ranked by country. This is a little bit older data. So in this data, we can see that China is the major player in the bioenergy production. And after that, Brazil is producing much more amount of bioenergy by using the biomass, and that is nearly 14.99 gigawatt energy capacity by Brazil. And fortunately, India started this work is very lately, but from last 15 years, we are progressing a lot. And at the present scenario, we are producing 10.23 gigawatt capacity by using the bioenergy. And Germany, UK and Sweden, Thailand, Italy and Canada is far behind India. So this indicates that we have lots of potential, especially in terms of energy production by using biomass. And this is the trends in global growth of biofuel production. Here we can see that in the year 2000, ethanol is the major biofuel which is produced by agricultural sources, by agricultural material, raw material. And however, in the year 2005 and 6, we are able to produce other biofuels by using agricultural waste, such as biodiesel, renewable diesel, biogas, and other biofuels. And if we see in this data, from the year 2012 to 2016, we are progressing a lot by using different types of new and novel technologies for the production of biofuels. And in this slide, we will see that production and consumption of biofuels globally. This data is between 2012 and 2022. So in this data, we will see that in the year 2012, there was a very less amount of biofuels was used. But here, if we see in the terms of demand and supply, the all amount of biofuel produced through different types of technology is consumed by industries as well as other related area in which this biofuel is needed. So here, in this data, we will see that there is no gap between demand and supply. So if we install a larger capacity that is able to produce biofuel at larger scale, so there is a bright future of biofuels in different types of countries, especially the country which is dependent on the agriculture. Here in this slide, we will discuss about generations of biofuels. So in the first generation of biofuels, different types of edible biomass is used for the productions of ethanol. In this method, basically simple carbohydrate as well as starch and disaccharides is used for the productions of biofuels. And in the first and second generation of biofuels, biofuels is produced by using starch and other cellulosic material. Starch as the initial materials. However, in the second generation of biofuel production, cellulose was used as a major carbon source for the production of biofuels through different types of enzymatic process using fermentation technology. In the second generation, we will see that lignocellulosic biomass is used for the production of biofuels because India is an agriculture-rich country. We are able to produce a large amount of lignocellulosic materials that is considered as a waste materials and that cannot be used in other process except to animal feeding. So if we use lignocellulosic biomass for the productions of biofuel, this will be a sustainable solution for the productions of biofuels. And in the third generation of biofuels, algal biomass can be used for the productions of biofuels or biodiesel and other types of biofuels. And in the last generation of biofuel, that is also known as a fourth generation, in which different types of engineered crops like GMO, alga, and solar technology can be used for the productions of biofuels. And here, in terms of chemical reactions, we can see how the first, second, third, and fourth generation of biofuels can be produced by different types of physicochemical process. So in the first generation, soybean, palms, and sugarcane can be used as a major source for the productions of biofuels. So after that, soybean and sugarcane is harvested, then extracted the raw material, and by using the trans-esterification reactions, followed by two-step distillation, biodiesel is produced. And if it's a matter of bioethanol, the sugarcane is harvested and followed by milling and grinding. The liquefaction process is achieved. And after the saccharification of that materials, followed by fermentation process, bioethanol is produced and which is distilled at large scale for the recovery of bioethanol. And in the second generation of biofuel production, sugarcane bagasse, especially lignocellulosic waste, can be used as a raw material for the production of bioethanol. So here, the lignocellulosic biomass processing is little bit complicated in comparison to simple starch and other carbohydrate materials. So for achieving biofuel production, size reduction is the initial step. Then the pre-treatment, then the lignin, cellulose, and hemicellulose material is breakdown. And after that, by combustion of these materials, biogas is produced, and if this material is used for the fermentation purposes, then bioethanol and butanol can be produced. And further, by drying followed by grinding and gasifier, syngas can also be produced, that can be also considered as a biofuels. And in the third generation of biofuels, alga is cultivated by different types of techniques, and further oil is extracted. Then the trans-esterification reaction is carried out, and after that biodiesel is produced after the distillation. And at the same time, syngas and bioenergy can also be produced, that can be used as a aviation fuel. And by using the biochemical process, ethanol, biomethane, and biobutanol can also be produced. In the fourth generation of biofuel productions, after harvesting the biomass, oil is extracted, then the trans-esterification and followed by distillation, biodiesel is produced, and syngas and other aviation fuel can also be produced by using these techniques. And at the same time, in the fourth generation, solar energy and other related techniques means by genetically modified organism can also be used for the production of biofuels. And now we will discuss about the application of nano particles in the bioethanol productions. So due to international legislation requiring the blend of bioethanol with gasoline, there is a growing demand for bioethanol worldwide. And at present, Indian government is allowing 10% blending of bioethanol into the petroleum product. This also reduces the import of crude oil from the Arabian countries. This will also helpful in improving the economy of India. Bioethanol has unique characteristics including high electron number and contributes to less CO2 emission in comparison to gasoline. Hence, it is the ideal alternative fuel or fuel additives. And biofuel has been produced by a biological and catalytic technologies. Carbohydrate biomass is utilized as a feedstock for the production of biofuels. However, high operational cost with low production volume are the major limitations of this process. And nanoparticles have contributed significantly to bioethanol synthesis in the terms of enhanced production that we will see in coming slides. So NPs offer several advantages over broader nanomaterials when utilized to augment bioethanol production. And this is particularly due to their multitude of unique properties which are related to their small size, that is ranging from 1 to 100 nanometer, and elevated surface area per unit volume compared to larger particles. This is the key reason by which nanomaterial is used as a major catalytic particles in the production of biofuels. Characteristics that make nanoparticles attractive for optimization of bioethanol production include their elevated surface area to volume ratio, which enhances their catalytic activity, chemical stability, and adsorption capacity. A strategy that has been widely researched to overcome bottlenecks and to improve the economic viability of bioethanol production is the use of nanoparticles for the immobilization of enzymes and microbes. And immobilized enzymes are also protected from the inhibitory effect imposed by metabolites formed during the production process and can withstand harsh operating conditions such as elevated temperatures and pH variation, thereby aiding in increasing enzyme lifespan and stability. Here, this image shows the bioethanol production process and different stages. So here, in the first portion, we will see that lignocellulosic waste is collected and then the pre-treatment process is carried out. And here, nanoparticle show a catalytic activity by binding a different types of enzyme to improve the pre-treatment process. And in the pre-treatment process, this material is supplemented to hydrolysis tank where the complex carbohydrate material is dissolved, and after that enzyme immobilization is carried out by using nanoparticle, because nanoparticle play a very important role in the enzyme immobilization also. So this will also increase the hydrolysis process, and this will impact the overall fermentation cost in the biofuel productions. And the last stage is the fermentative process. That is a simple biological process. And after that, through distillations, crude bioethanol, bioethanol is produced. And in this slide, we will see that scientific output that is from per annum for the application of nanoparticle for bioethanol production. So in this image, we will see that in the year 2014, there was a less use of nanoparticles in the production of biofuel production or bioethanol production, but there is a significant change in the year 2018, where nanoparticle has been used for the improving the efficiency of biofuel production. And in the year 2020 and 21, there is a significant increase in the application of nanoparticles in the bioethanol production as well as biofuel productions. So here we will see that in the production of bioethanol, nanoparticle play very important and efficient role. And after that, nanoparticles and nanocatalysts play a very important role in the productions of bioethanol. So here in the nanoparticles and nano additives play a less role in the bioethanol productions, but it does not mean the nanoparticles and nano additives are less important for biofuel production. This also play a very critical role in the productions of biofuels. Here in this slide, we will see application of different nanoparticles at various stages of bioethanol productions. So here we will see in the fermentation process, iron oxide and iron oxide alloys play a very important role, and especially in the enzyme hydrolysis, nanoparticle play most and very versatile role in the hydrolysis activities. And if it comes to pre-treatment activities, there is a diversified role of zinc oxide as well as silicon oxide, nickel oxide, and some nanoparticles of iron oxide also play very important roles. Here, different types of algal biofuels and their conversion method. So this is a microalga biomass that can be converted in three pathways. First one is a biochemical conversion. So with the help of biochemical conversion, first method is a photobiological production, then biohydrogen is produced, and after the fermentation process, biobutanol and bioethanol is produced. And if we are using an anaerobic digestion method, then the bioelectricity and biogas is produced. And through chemical conversion followed by transesterification, biodiesel can also be produced by using microalgal biomass. And by using thermochemical conversion, there may be a biocrude, biochar, biooil, hydrochar, syngas, and electricity can also be produced by different types of method, including pyrolysis, hydrothermal, and thermal gasification process. So this will give you a brief insight of different types of biofuel produced by using microalga.
Sir, actually your slides are not means going to the next one. It is still stuck on introduction.
So now it's moving?
Yes, now it moved. Thank you.
Okay. So I was discussing this slide, that is a different types of algal biofuels and conversion methods. And here, application of nanoparticles in algal biorefinery for biofuel production. So there are about 2 lakh to 8 lakh microalgal species that exist in nature, but only a few have been characterized and explored for research and commercial purposes. And microalgae are single or multi-celled photosynthetically driven microorganisms that can live in harsh or mild environmental conditions. Okay. Algal feedstock has long been touted as a potential source for several biofuels because of its renewable and sustainable future. And despite ongoing effort to develop low-cost technology and improve economic feasibility, biofuels derived from algae are still not commercially viable. And multifunctional nanoparticles have been proposed to enhance the prospect of commercializing algal-based biofuels. And nanoparticles synthesized by various routes can support different stages of algal biorefinery, improvement of 20 to 30% of cell growth, 80 to 99% harvesting efficiency, and sufficient applications of nanoparticles in recent times have been seen in the production of different algal-based biofuels. Okay. So nanoparticles can be incorporated from algal cultivation to biofuel arrangements attributable to their recyclability, stability, high storage capacity, and absorption efficiency. And magnetic nanoparticles and nanotubes as a nanocatalyst could improve metabolic reactions. And magnetite and magnetite are the most common nanoparticles for bioenergy applications because of their magnetic characteristics, allowing reusability and easy recovery. Nanocatalysts can be categorized into acid, base, and bifunctional nanocatalysts. And acid nanocatalysts catalyze esterification and trans-esterification process. So here, in this diagram, we will see how the lignocellulosic waste and alga can be used for the production of biofuels using different types of generation. So nanotechnology play a very important role, especially in the enzyme immobilization. And in most of the cases, nanoparticle also acts as a biocatalyst for the improved biofuel productions. And here, agriculture residue, waste, vegetable oil, wood chips, and jatropha can also be used as a raw material for the production of second generation.
इसको भी मुझे भी सबमिट करोगे ना?
हेलो
सर, ये आपके लिए ही है।
वहाँ पे सबमिट कर दी?
नहीं, मैम ने बोला था कि पहले आप अपने सुपरवाइजर को अगर वो रख ले तो ठीक है, नहीं ले तो फिर मतलब सामने।
अच्छा, तो अभी इस पे मिस्टर सर के साइन करवा के फिर मेरे पास
different types of bio-based compounds, especially phytic acids and alkyl esters attached with nanoparticles and act as a nanocatalyst. So here,
ये कॉपी किसकी मेरे लिए?
biofuel production by using types of bioreactors.
ये डिपार्टमेंट में सबमिट करोगे?
Agricultural waste mixed with nanocatalysts.
ये वाली तुम साइन करवा के मुझे सबमिट करके जाना, ये वाली
in the hydrolysis of
किसको देनी है तुम्हें?
lignocellulosic waste for the production
इस पर ले लेनी, तुम मेरे पास सबमिट कर देना।
And further pre-treated
खुद साइन कर दिए तुमने?
used for the transportation purposes that can be used
टाइटल में भी आरबीएल वर्ड जोड़ दिए हैं क्या?
Other aviation purposes. And here such type of sustainable biofuel production also support the circular economy also. Here, different pre-treatment method applied to the lignocellulose biomass because the pre-treatment is the most important aspects in the biofuel productions. So these are the common pre-treatment method. Here you will see that this is a lignocellulosic biomass that contained that having nearly 40 to 44% cellulose. Lignin is 25 to 32%, and hemicellulose is 30 to 32%. So here, in the physicochemical pre-treatment method, steam explosion and liquid hot air can be used. In the chemical method, diluted acid, alkali, ozonolysis, and ionic liquids can also be used for the pre-treatment. And in the nanomaterials, we will see that the nanobiocatalysts, nanoparticles, and nanocomposites can also be used in the pre-treatment process. In the biological methods, white rot fungi, brown rot fungi, soft rot fungi, and enzyme can also be used in the pre-treatment process, because if the pre-treatment process is effectively done, this will also increase the biofuel production. This will also reduce the cost of overall biofuel production. And grinding, soaking, and pelleting, that are the physical methods that is used in the pre-treatment method. And followed, enzyme hydrolysis is the important steps before going into the fermentation process that results the biofuel production through fermentative processes. So here, pre-treatment process also play a significant role in the biofuel production. And now we are coming to hydrolysis of lignocellulose cellulosic biomass using cellulase immobilized on magnetic nanoparticles. So here we will see that addition of LV with immobilized enzyme. Here these are the immobilized enzyme, and these are the immobilized biomass. That is immobilized biomass that having a nanoparticles for the effective degradation. So lignocellulosic biomass, when added with the immobilized enzyme supported by the nanoparticles, so here the pre-treatment of the lignocellulosic biomass is carried out, and after that separation of immobilized enzymes and sugar has been done, and after that recovery of immobilized enzymes has been carried out in December, and further such type of enzyme can be reused. And after that, these simple sugars can be used as a raw material for the production of biofuel. And in this slide, we will see role of nanotechnology in biofuel production through the process of enzymatic hydrolysis and transesterification. So here, these are the nanocatalysts, these are the functionalized nanoparticles, and this is the pre-treatment process. So, and biomass, that is the initial raw material that can be used as a starting material for the biofuel production. So by collective effect of nanotechnology, pre-treatment process in the biomass, where nanocatalysts also play very important role, then the role of nanotechnology dependent modern technology play a crucial role in the hydrolysis of lignocellulosic waste. And then by using enzymatic hydrolysis and transesterifications, ethanol and biodiesel can be produced. And further we will discuss about sustainable environmental management and biofuel productions. So major characteristics of the developed biofuels derived from organic waste are greater productivity and reduced ability to pollute. Although most specialized biofuel techniques are still under demonstration, and modern technology for biofuels continues to evolve, improving the quality of output and decreasing power use of and CO2 pollution. The major popular techniques include fermentation of compound from sugar or starch toward ethanol with transesterification of components of waste kitchen oil or fat of an animal to produce biodiesel. Essential criteria include feedstock rate, manufacturing infrastructure, quality of commodity, and market demand decide the commercial sustainability of the growth of biofuels. Use of organic trace feedstock shows promise in biofuel generation. That is an efficient approach which followed by sustainable supply of natural deposits for uninterrupted growth. And it is a commonly accepted fact that processing of lignocellulose biomass for biofuel is derived from the agricultural direct or surplus materials, and local level bioenergy initiative can be economically advantageous, can generate occupations that might provide a means of income to rural families. And it is necessary to shift to more renewable practices by reducing the use of fossil fuel energy in the foodstuff industry and the agriculture sector. So here we will see that plant not only provides food, class, shelter, and medicines. Now plant biomass can be used for the production of biofuels. Means the energy crisis can also be reduced by using the plant biomass. So in the initial time, we have heard about roti, kapda, and makan. All basic requirement is fulfilled by a plant, but later on we are dependent on plant for the treatment of different type of disease by using different types of plant cell secondary metabolites. And nowadays, plant biomass can also be used for the productions of biofuels. So means if our basic requirement is not only fulfilled, but energy and medicinal requirement can also be fulfilled by using sustainable technologies, which is dependent on the plant biomass. And here we are comparing the biofuels and crude oil emissions used and their influence on the environment. So here, waste feedstock, that is a major lignocellulosic sugar, with the help of yeast, it is converted into bioethanols, and lipid materials that is obtained through enzymatic conversion. It can be converted into alkanes and terpenes that can be used in the conventional fuels as a blending materials. And here we will see that the crude oil extraction and that can in the product can be used in the transport purposes. Here, life cycle assessment and techno-economic analysis of the bioenergy productions. So here we will see that chemical aspects of bioenergy productions, any means of improving bioenergy production efficiency, reaction process of the bioenergy production, impact of the bioenergy production process on the environment. We must consider all these points while we are designing a biofuel production unit, and if we are using a sustainable technology for the biofuel production. And we must follow the renewable energy standard, especially carbon capture, policy implications for sustainable bioenergy production, effectiveness of the bioenergy policy, and sustainability certification schemes that also play a crucial role so that our environment is not damaged in the productions of biofuels. And water consumption is also a major concern during the biofuel production. Greenhouse gas emission, land use, because if we are producing agricultural biomass as well as algal biomass, land use is also a very important aspect in the biodiesel and bioethanol productions. And key economic factor for the viability of the bioenergy production, that is the methodology and its application and critical analysis of the studies. Okay, so I am concluding our presentation, and if you have any query, you are most welcome. And I am also thankful to the organizer of this conference for inviting me. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for such an insightful session. I open the, first of all, I would like to say thanks to you, and please accept a token of appreciation from Team ICIF in 2025.
Thank you. Thank you so much, madam.
Thank you, sir. Now I open it for any question answers, if there are, to the audience, as well as to our chairing persons. Dr. Lakshmi.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, sir, please.
If algae-based biofuel is not possible for commercialization, then is it only a concept, or it can actually provide?
No, there are different types of land that cannot be used for the agricultural practices. such type of land can be used for the production of alga, because there is a different types of drawbacks that cannot be addressed while we are using the agricultural practices. We can see that lots of land which is available in our surrounding that cannot be used for regular agriculture purposes.
Okay.
So such type of land can be used for the growth of alga, because alga production is not only a solution, because biodiesel production, bioethanol production, solar energy, and energy storage, all these technology simultaneously work together to meet our energy requirements.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Welcome, sir. Okay, madam, now I can leave the session.
Yes, sure, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Welcome, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes, sir. So moving to our next session, it gives me great pleasure to welcome Dr. Naveen Dwivedi, a highly respected academician and researcher, as our keynote speaker today. Dr. Dwivedi is currently serving as professor and head of the Department of Biotechnology, Engineering and Food Technology at Chandigarh University, Punjab. With over 21 years of teaching and research experience, Dr. Dwivedi has made significant contributions to the field of environmental biotechnology, bioprocess engineering, nanobiotechnology, bioenergy, and waste valorization. He earned his MTech in biotechnology from IET Lucknow and conducted his research at premier institutions like CSIR, CDRI Lucknow, and IIT Roorkee. Dr. Dwivedi has an impressive academic profile with over 75 research publications, more than 24 book chapters, and 11 books, including both authored and edited volumes published by renowned publishers like Wiley, Elsevier, Springer, and CRC Press. His research has been supported by numerous grants and awards from leading funding agencies. Beyond his scholarly work, Dr. Dwivedi is an active speaker who has delivered numerous invited talks and guest lectures across India and abroad. He is also a senior member of international professional bodies such as Universal Association of Civil, Structural, and Environmental Engineering, the Society of Chemical Industry, and Indian Water Resources Society. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Dr. Naveen Dwivedi as he shares his insights with us today. Sir, please take over. Sir, your mic is off. Sir, your mic is off. Seems we are facing some technical issues. Let's wait for some time till Dr. Naveen again joins us back.
करना है।
Yes.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible, sir.
अब हो गया, शेयर करो, PPT शेयर करो। PPT visible?
Yes, PPT is visible, sir.
Okay, thank you.
But it is not in presentation mode.
Not in presentation mode?
No. It is showing document recovery mode.
Just a minute. Now it is visible? Hello?
It is visible, sir.
It's a fine. Okay.
The file is showing document recovery on the side. Means it is not in the presentation mode. Can you just close the document recovery?
Network issue होगा No. Network issue नहीं होगा. No, I think it is on presentation mode.
Means it is fine. You can carry forward the presentation, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Good afternoon. First of all, I would like to extend my sincere thanks to organizer, especially thanks to Dr. Surprakash Dwivedi and Nirja Dwivedi for giving me the opportunity to speak on such a timely and important topics. It is privilege to be part of this platform where we come together to discuss sustainable solutions for our energy future. Today, I will be sharing insights on biomass into bioenergy, a sustainable approach for clean fuel. Actually, the transformation of biomass into bioenergy represents a pivotal step towards achieving global energy sustainability and reducing our dependence on fossil fuels. As a renewable and carbon neutral resources, biomass holds immense potential to provide clean, efficient, and eco-friendly fuel alternatives. This sustainable approach not only supports environmental goals by reducing greenhouse gas emissions, but also foster rural development, waste valorization, energy security also. In this session, we explore the key pathway technologies and benefits of converting biomass, how to biomass convert into bioenergy, emphasize its vital role in shaping a greener future and healthy ecosystem. So now we move for the first slide. Today we embark on a journey into one of the most promising solutions for the energy crisis and climate change, biomass into energy. So a sustainable approach for clean fuel. Throughout this session, we will explore how organic materials can be intelligently transformed to power industries, fuel transportation, and ensure a cleaner, sustainable future. These are the various sources where biomass broadly defined includes any organic materials from living or recently living organism, whether plant-based, animal-derived, or waste materials. We categorize biomass into lignocellulosic, like wood and crop residue, etc. Sugar, starch-based, corn, sugarcane, and oil-rich algal, jatropha, etc.
Sir, the slide is not moving.
Yeah, its key appeal lies in its renewal cycle and carbon neutrality. The carbon dioxide absorbed during growth offsets emissions during energy using distinguishes it dramatically from fossil fuel. This is a biomass versus fossil fuels. So let's look at diverse biomass types. We have already talked about the agriculture residue such as wheat straw and corn stalk, often left to rot or burn, are valuable energy sources. Forestry residues, branch bark accumulate during logging operation and often to unused. Animal waste offers methane generation potential through biogas technology. Rapid growing algae stand out for their high lipid contents, ideal for biofuels.
Excuse me, sir. The slide is not moving.
Slide is not moving?
No, sir.
Yeah.
Now we are still on the introduction slide.
Okay. Now it is moving, I think. No?
No, sir, it is not.
Just
yes, now it moved. Thank you, sir.
Now it is moved?
Yes, sir, now it's moving. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. A fundamental advantage of biomass over fossil fuels is its closed carbon cycle. While fossil fuel liberates ancient sequestered carbon into the atmosphere, intensifying global warming, biomass release carbon that was recently captured, thus achieving a near net zero carbon footprint. Moreover, biomass helps mitigate air pollution and soil degradation, critical issues directly linked to extensive fossil fuel exploitations. Biofuels can be produced with thermochemical or biochemical process and help in different biofuel from form like biogas, bioethanol, charcoal, etc. Biomass-based bioenergy sources. The scope of biomass feedstock is impressively wide. Actually, wood remains a traditional source, but innovations now utilize garbage, biogas from anaerobic digestions, biogas from sugarcane processing, and even marine biomass like seaweed. The diversification of sources ensures regional energy independence and strengthens resilience against global energy shocks. Next is the biomass resources around the world. So the scope of biomass feedstock is impressively wide. So examine global trends. Renewable contributions to primary energy has risen steadily from 13% in 2000 to 15% in 2020, despite the expansion of coal and oil uses. And Europe notably leads the West to energy conversion, accounting for 54% of global domestic energy supply from West. These data underscores how critical biomass is becoming in natural energy strategy. The need of bioenergy with growing urbanization and industrialization, global energy demands are rising. Fossil fuels reliance not only accelerate climate change, but exacerbates air quality degradation and geopolitical tensions over resources. Control. Biomass energy as a decentralized, eco-friendly alternative that can meet rising demands without environmental devastations. Next is the importance of energy. Bioenergy ticks multiple strategic boxes. It ensures sustainability through renewable sourcing, delivers social and economic benefits via rural job creations, reduce the environmental impacts through lower emissions, and enhance energy security by minimizing reliances on volatile oil market. Applications of bioenergy. Biomass applications span two main sectors. First is the power generation. Second one is the transportation fuels. So the power generation, where biomass can either be directly combusted or co-fired with coal to produce steam or turbines. And in transportation fuels, including liquid bioethanols from fermentation biodiesels, from trans-esterification processes of oils, and biogas from anaerobic digestions. So these diversified applications allow biomass to penetrate multiple critical areas of the energy economy. Technologies and different generations for bioenergy productions. Converting biomass into energy involves thermochemical methods. There are different technological conversion, thermochemicals, physiochemicals, and biochemicals. So, converting biomass into energy involves thermochemical method like combustion, gasification, and pyrolysis for heat and fuel generation. And in biochemical process like fermentation and anaerobic digestion, tapping into microbial activity. Physiochemical conversions such as trans-esterification producing biodiesels from oils. Each pathway is optimized for different biomass types and final energy forms. There are four major types of feedstocks, generation-wise: first generation, second generation, and third generation, fourth generations. So in first generation food crops, early biofuel came from corn, wheat, sorghum, and jatropha. These were easy to process into bioethanol and biodiesel, but raised the food versus fuel issues. In second generation non-food biomass, wood, straw, and grass from agriculture waste become popular. These didn't compete with food crops, making biofuel more sustainable. And third generation, algae and cyanobacteria. Algae and cyanobacteria offered high yield with minimal land usage. These microbes become promising biofuel sources requiring less fresh waters. And fourth generation, genetically modified organism, GMOs using bioinformatics applications and genetic engineering were developed to optimize biofuel productions, increasing yield and efficiency. Algae, promising bioenergy sources. Among emerging bioenergy sources, algae shines due to its extraordinary yields, up to 30 times higher than terrestrial crops. Algae thrives in salt water, brackish water, or even wastewater, meaning they don't compete for agriculture land. Their short growth cycles and high carbon dioxide absorption rate position them as a keystone solutions for future biofuels. Next is the algae cultivation and biodiesel production. The algal biofuel production process begins with strain selections for maximum lipid productivity, followed by controlled cultivation in bioreactors or open ponds. Harvested algae undergo trans-esterification process. A chemical reaction converting oil into biodiesel and glycerol catalyzed typically by sodium hydroxide. This method not only produces sustainable fuel, but can be paired with wastewater treatment, offering double environmental benefits. Benefits of algal mass. The multiple benefits of algal biomass includes high carbon sequestration potential, lower water usage than traditional crops, renewable continuous fuel production cycles, and alignment with sustainable circular economy principles. This makes algal biofuels a fortuner in next generation clean energy. Agriculture residues potential. Residues like rice straw, wheat husks, and corn stalks often go to waste to worse, cause air pollution when it burned. So channeling these residues into bioenergy production transform a disposal problem into an energy solutions, and while providing extra revenues streams for farmers also. So why bioenergy from biomass-based biofuels, bioenergy? So bioenergy is indispensable for a sustainable energy future. So it is locally sourced, renewable, low in emissions, and versatile across sectors from transportation to electricity. It not only address energy security but also support global climate goal also. And in next slides, advantages of biomass-based biofuel. Biomass-based biofuel have four strategic advantages. First one is renewability, ensuring future energy supplies, lower greenhouse gas emissions, mitigation climate change, enhance national energy independence, and emerging technologies offer potential integration with carbon capture solutions, boosting climate impact even further. Reduction of greenhouse gases. Major advantages is the reduction of greenhouse gases is replacing fossil fuels with biomass energy can slash life cycle greenhouse gases emissions by up to 90%. And its carbon neutral growth and combustion cycle is critical for achieving net zero targets established under the Paris Agreement 2015. Addressing diverse challenges, bioenergy can simultaneously ensure diversified energy portfolios, tackle organic waste challenges, promote rural development, and build a truly sustainable global economy based on circular principles. Sustainability and environmental impacts. When evaluated across full life cycle analysis, biomass energy offers remarkable sustainability benefits. And supporting waste management, enhancing soil quality through biochar, and reducing pressure on fossil resources. When evaluated across full life cycle analysis, biomass energy offers remarkable sustainable benefits, supporting waste management, enhancing soil quality through biochar, and reducing pressure on fossil resources. So challenges and solutions. Despite its promise, biomass faces hurdles, efficiency improvements, and a need for energy convergence. New technology like microwave, pyrolysis, and enzyme optimized fermentation and emerging fields. Integration with adjusting grids remains complex, but is increasingly addressed with a smart system and flexible hybrid plants. Future perspectives and conclusions. Future growth will be fueled by innovation, synthetic biofuel, designing fuel efficient microbes, biorefineries, maximizing multiple outputs, and carbon capture combined with biomass, game changer synergy. International collaboration, investment, and research and development, and acknowledging the sharing will propel biomass to cornerstone of the global clean energy economy. Biomass-based biofuel have become a vital solution in addressing multiple global concerns, from energy security to environmental sustainability. These fuels derived from organic materials like green biomass, old crops, and lignocellulose hold great potential due to their versatility in meeting energy demands without relying on fossil fuels. And the process of converting biomass into biofuel utilize various methods, including fermentation, catalytic conversion, and gasification also. These technologies enable the transformation of raw materials into valuable energy products like electricity, heat, and biofuel, bioenergy, while also generating non-energy products such as chemicals, fertilizers, and materials, different type of materials also produced during the process. This multiple output nature of biorefineries makes them essential for promoting circular economy. And biorefinery don't just contribute to renewable energy production, but also support other sectors such as food, agriculture, and chemicals, addressing sustainability across industries by utilizing organic waste and non-food crops. Also, they help reduce reliance on fossil fuels and combat climate change, all while providing cleaner energy solutions. Ultimately, biomass-based biofuel are key to building sustainable cities, ensuring clean water, and fostering economic growth as they integrate energy productions with agriculture and industrial waste. These solutions align with the future where biorefineries can help address critical environmental, economic, and energy challenges. Their ability to transform waste into value-added products across different sectors highlights their potential as a cornerstone and sustainable green economy. Biomass is not merely an alternative. It is necessity for our environmental, economic, and energy security futures. Let's invest, innovate, and implement biomass-based solutions for a truly sustainable tomorrow. Thank you very much. If you have any questions regarding the topics, you may write on this mail. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for such an enlightening session. Please accept our token of appreciation from Team ICIFE 2025.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome, sir. With this, may I now request Dr. Rudra Narayan Baral, Session Chair, to extend vote of thanks to the speakers. Thank you everyone for being with us. Stay tuned with us for the next session, that is paper presentation session. The next session will be started after a break at 2:30 p.m.
Okay, thank you. Can I leave? Okay, thank you very much. Namaskar.
Dr. Rudra sir, please take over the session from here. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. We have come to the end of this insightful technical session. It was centered around biofuel synthesis and nanotechnology for a sustainable energy solutions. And the speaker were Ashutosh Pandey, Dr. Ashutosh Pandey, Professor Binay Dwivedi, and Dr. Santosh Misra. And the last was Professor Navin Dwivedi. We have heard from some of the brightest minds in this field, exploring groundbreaking advancements in biofuels, enhancement of energy efficiency, storage, and conversion. The interdisciplinary nature of these innovations highlights how science and engineering are converging to create a cleaner and more sustainable energy future. I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to all our speakers for their compelling presentations, sharing not only their research but also their vision for a world powered by sustainable energy solutions. And a special thanks to the audience for a patient hearing. Before we conclude, I would like to remind everyone that the next session is on paper printation by the authors who contributed their papers to this conference. Once again, thank you everyone for making this session a success. And this concludes the present session. Have a nice day.